Then I said, you Liverpool guys, you made us humble. Now
don't you think that red card was?
I think it was soft. I think it's a yellow card. But then I can also see the logic into why, okay, it was the last man and he kind of did touch him first. So it's a harsh red card, and I feel like because they gave us the McAllister one back, we should even bother trying to appeal this one.
So
not giving us
this is It was a weekend where I opened somebody's FPL team and I saw so much red, I thought it was Christmas, right? But before we go into EPL, let us track back very briefly and talk about the English Premier League and the madness that is served up over the weekend.
What a weekend. And it's even starting from Saturday's fixtures, how Saturday's matches both started. There was a point during Saturday that United and Arsenal were both goals behind and looking on the ropes.
Yep.
It was a crazy weekend of football.
Yeah, most definitely. It was a crazy weekend.
What game do you want to start with?
Let's start with Liverpool, right?
Let's get right into it.
Yeah, because you've been chopping at the edges,
right?
Boy
just dropped, and he said, "I told them." And me too. I told them. I told Tele. And you can run the tape if you want to, but what happens is business was taken care of. Facts are facts, and the history speaks for itself. Eddie Howe is Jurgen Klopp's boy. That's just fact of the matter. He doesn't just avoid defeat against Eddie Howe, he beats him. 11 times in a row, he's defeated him. Coming back into games late is what Liverpool do. But that match, I have so many emotions going to that match. Maybe if you want to direct this round, maybe you can.
Okay, really and truly, right? Really and truly, I will, own up to the fact that I thought Newcastle were going to, beat Liverpool. They were at home. Yep. They seem to, they seem to be
a good side.
Yeah,
they had a great season last season, and they added to that.
Yeah, like you said, obviously, Eddie Howe is Jurgen Klopp's boy, and he just went out to provide. I feel like Eddie Howe gave that game away, right? Because he did have everything he needed to win that game. Mm-hmm. Liverpool went one man down.
For the second time in a row, that's another agenda I want to run. PMG goal or whatever they call that.
PGMOL.
That cult, that organized crime group needs to be got out, because after the McAllister record was rescinded, I knew that they're going to get their leg back against us. Like, we've already embarrassed them. They had to put their hand up and say, yeah, we made a mistake. Then I said, you Liverpool guys, you made us humble. Now
don't you think that red card was?
I think it was soft. I think it's a yellow card. But then I can also see the logic into why, okay, it was the last man and he kind of did touch him first. So it's a harsh red card, and I feel like because they gave us the McAllister one back, we should even bother trying to appeal this one.
So this is the thing, right? I would say that there's at least that bit of consistency with the refereeing this weekend, because the same thing happened with Manchester United, right, where Bruno was fouled and Worrell got a red card. It was the last man. It was a clear goal scoring opportunity, and it was pretty much the same idea, that led to.
So yeah, I won't go too crazy about that. I'll get off my soapbox for that. But I feel like even for the start of the match, that red card can be attributed to the yellow card Trent Alexander-Arnold got early in the match. So he was pushed off the pitch. They almost pushed him into the row of where the kids are saying, "Can I have your t-shirt?" That's how far off the field that guy was. Then he gets upset, rightfully so, because you pushed me like that. The player doesn't look like he's getting booked. That was a clear yellow card on Anthony Gordon. I don't know what sport we're playing. Trent pushes, throws the ball onto the pitch as a reaction, and the referee gives me a yellow card for that. These players are not robust. These are young individuals, especially young individuals. Like, this is a young man that just been pushed on the floor. Yes, there's a little reaction. He didn't kick the ball away. He didn't swear at the referee. He gets a yellow card for that. And everyone knows in football, defending on a yellow card is a completely different ball game to defending on without a card.
And against the Newcastle attack, that's pretty
attacking
fast.
That. And Trent is already. People try to go at Trent's wing because he attacked a lot, and defensively he's shoddy. So on that yellow card, it's a problem. Joe Gomez was already warming up. It looked like we're down bad. This guy's running at him crazy, and then Anthony Gordon runs past Trent. Trent can't stop him because you can't make a tactical foul on a yellow card. Isak is one-on-one with Van Dijk, and then Van Dijk has to make the tackle.
Don't make it a Liverpool. Don't make it a Liverpool show, right?
But before we go, we can't give massive props without actually giving the props to the man who made it all happen. My boy Dawizi.
Okay.
DN9.
Anyways, moving on from that. Let's move on.
Goes on the scoreboard. Let's give him his props now. So two very well taken goals to come back from 1-0 down in the towards the end of the game. So one of the best results I've witnessed in the Jurgen Klopp era. I was off my seat, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too.
Yeah, massive props to Liverpool. That's actually something that we're going to talk about later in the show, right? The question of the day, right? Let me not introduce it now, but we'll definitely get to it. But moving on to other teams in the Premier League, especially in the top 10, right? We had big results on all sides, right? Manchester City continued to prove themselves to be the best team in the league, right? It seemed difficult. Yeah, I think in the world as well. I mean, Champions League winners, right? But yeah, Erling Haaland, missed the penalty, and then he came back scored that goal that brought them into the game, and it was plain sailing for them.
Yeah, it was plain sailing, but I guess what was it again? Sheffield got an equalizer, which got us on the edge of our seats. But as soon as they got the equalizer, Haaland almost scored. A cross came across, Haaland almost scored. The ball came back in the box. Rodri, who you could make a point, Rodri is the best player in the world right now. He won the Champions League award for the best player there, and the consistency is a joke. He puts up like an 8 over 10 every match, and he saved them again, like he does all the time.
Definitely. But Arsenal, what's going on with Arsenal? Arsenal have not looked impressive the past 3 games. They dropped points against Fulham that you'd have expected they would have got, all 3 points.
Arsenal, Arteta is overwise.
He's overthinking it.
Like, he's overwise, and he's suffering from the Pep overthinking syndrome. He had a team that worked well. They had a young team, and this is crucial to say that it's a young team. This is not an old experience team that cannot be chopping and changing systems and all that. Saka likes his routines. As your young centre backs like to know how the pitch looks, the position of players, and how we should play. And it worked well for them. But Arteta has decided to tinker. He's brought in Kai Havertz to replace Xhaka, who is not a Xhaka replacement. And it's just not really working for him. Yeah. So Arsenal is not looking cohesive.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to work for Arsenal, especially
they're going to have to revert soon.
Yeah, it's looking like that. But of course, Manchester United as well looked like they were on the edge. They were able to come back from 2 goals down. But I would say massive credit to them for coming back from 2 goals, ending up winning that game. That was big too.
Big credit to Manchester United. Expected them to win this game coming in. I would have thought they would have their best performance of the season in this game, which they did, but I guess it was a tricky one, as you explained. When 2 goes down early in the game, which you have you a little worried, but United have shown that they have, like you can tell from the cup runs, they have big players that can step up in big moments, and in a testy atmosphere. Rashford played well, Bruno scored a penalty clutch, Casemiro another big goal that was part and parcel of the cup runs. So United, they've gotten results. They're 7 points on the board at the moment, haven't lost in league this season.
6 actually.
6 points. They've lost 1 game in the league. Anyway. 6 points is not that bad. City are the only team with maximum points, and everybody else has 7.
Yeah, just quickly wrap things up with this segment. Tottenham and Chelsea got big wins as well. What do you think?
Tottenham look great. Great football. Chelsea look alright. Sterling looks good. Jackson happy he scored. Good
definitely. Big things are happening, especially in the top of the Premier League. So moving on from that, we've got a new segment called Hot Potato, and in this segment, we're going to be talking about strong opinions that definitely will get people coming for your neck. My strong opinion today is that regardless of how well Liverpool have started the season, I think that Tottenham Hotspurs and Chelsea will finish above them this season.
Oh wow!
What's your own? You don't need to
Liverpool,
go. It's left for the fans. It's left for the fans to say what they want to do.
Your opinion on this season be based on Liverpool. But okay, since we want to run agendas, I'll give me. You guys know me as a strong opinion. That's what I do. I don't need a new title about hot potato or what I want. I'm gonna give you my strong opinion. My strong opinion is I have a lot of strong opinions at this point. The season has just started. Yeah. I'm arranging my agendas, filing it in the filing cabinet, blah blah blah. So at the moment, I think Arsenal will not be in the title race. I think City will win this league, and it could be City's easiest title win in years. Under Pep Guardiola, I think this could be the easiest under Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, that's something. That's definitely something for you fans to give your opinions on. What do you think about my opinion? What do you think about Schultz's opinion? Let us know in the comment sections anywhere you're watching this. Moving on from that, we're going to quickly touch on FPL. I have a couple things to say about FPL. Remember I said, I looked at somebody's team and I saw so much red, so many injuries. I literally thought it was Christmas. But talking about that, I feel like this season in the FPL, what will actually make your team stand out will be differentials. Differentials are people or players who the entirety of the FPL or like majority of the FPL are not really looking at. Exactly. The opposite of the most popular players, right? So I have a very short list for you that I think will do you some good, right? Look at players like Matty Cash. Matty Cash has done really well. Bagged 7 points or 6 in his first game, bagged another 4 in the second. In the third game now, he's bagged 17 points. If Aston Villa were able to keep that clean sheet in their last game, he would have actually had north of 20 points. So that's definitely somebody to look out for. The second player I actually want to point out is another Aston Villa player, the new signing, big money signing, Moussa Diaby. That boy is good. Solid, right? I thought it would be Coutinho in that midfield for them, but it looks like Coutinho is way past it. So definitely look at getting Diaby into your team. Another differential that I have for you is Rodri of Manchester City, right? He's one of those players in the midfield that as much as he puts up those numbers, people just seem to underrate, how good he is, how great he is.
So,
right?
You can't predict when he's going to score. That's the problem. And that's why fancy users might be weird. But with Rodri, you are going to get assist points. You can get some assist points. You can get some clean sheet points. And he's a consistent starter. So if you want City players in your squad to avoid the Pep roulette, because I had Foden in my team, considering, that's another tip I'll give you guys. Don't trust Pep and his attackers. Foden, except Haaland, and when De Bruyne is back, the rest of them don't have them.
Yeah, definitely. Rodri is one player that you should look out for as a differential. The other player I think you should look out for is Taiwo Awoniyi. 3 goals in 3. He looks like the point man for Nottingham Forest. He definitely is somebody that you should be bringing into your team.
We told you about him before the weekend.
Definitely. We told you about him even when he was signed last season. It's coming good for him this season.
Exactly.
He's one you should look out for, maybe as your third striker. If you have maybe a Haaland and Isak, he's definitely one that you should look at. Yeah, definitely. And then lastly, Mbeumo and Wissa. Brentford have a good run of games. At the start of the season, both of them are interchanging between themselves who's scoring the most
They're feeling the Tony Boyd well.
Yeah, definitely. So that's something to look out for. Let us know your thoughts in the comment sections. Let us know how you performed in the FPL over the past weekend, and we'll definitely give you more tips as the episodes keep coming. Moving on from that now, we're going to the question of the day, and I'm posing this to Shopsy, right? And of course, you can leave your thoughts in the comment sections anywhere you're watching this and let us know what you think about today's question. And it's very simple. Are Newcastle up for it this season, or they just have faced some of the bigger sides in the league so far? They've played 3, they've lost 2. They played against Man City, they lost. They played against Liverpool as well this past weekend, and they lost.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think they played against the tough teams for sure, but there's still a lot more of these tough games. I think when European football comes in, I think that's going to be a problem for them. We saw West Ham the season before qualify for Europe, and then whilst they played in Europe, they won the Conference League, but they finished like 10th. So I think
below
when those
10th,
below 10th. So when those European games come in and they have to play a team on Wednesday and then play another team on Saturday, and now it's not your best team playing on Saturday, I think that's going to be a problem for them. So I don't think Newcastle will make top 4 this season.
That's something that's interesting, right? Because everybody sort of put Newcastle as one of those teams to maybe definitely make the top 4.
Not for me, man.
For me, I did think Newcastle will continue from where they left off, but it looks like the Eddie Howe, what's the other guy's name? Tyndale, or what's his name?
Whatever, Bromance.
It's not really hitting it at the at the top end of the Premier League, and they're entering into elite territory, right? If you've gone as good, if you played as good as you did that last season, you'd expect
and that's the thing, the surprise factor is no longer there. People know Newcastle is big. So like Liverpool went into this game, it was West Sox, but went to this game knowing that this is a tough game. And if you come here, if you come to St. James's Park on a casual day and try and rock up, they will chase you out there. Look how they pressed us. They could have won that game. Most teams in the Premier League lose to that Newcastle performance. And so I'll be wary of them, but I think those European games are going to affect them. So they will just make the Europa League this season.
Okay, definitely. Let us know what you think. Will Newcastle finish in the top 4? Do you think they're up for it this season? Okay, so Shopsy, something that has been on my mind, considering the fact that the Premier League's summer transfer window this season is coming to a close on the 1st of September. I think it's at midnight. Is it midnight on the 31st or like midnight on the 1st?
I'm pretty sure it's on 31st, so you can make sign in September.
Yeah, so the question that I want to ask you is this, right? Which 3 signings do you think must happen in the Premier League before the window closes?
All right, so I'll start at home with Liverpool. I think Liverpool have to get a defensive midfielder that's comfortable at this level. I think that's the difference between them and surpassing Arsenal and being the second team in the league. Fitness and a defensive midfielder. Endo looks all right, but as a bit power player, 90 minutes, 38 games, I don't think that's going to work. I think Manchester United need a midfielder. I know they have the crisis is at left back at the moment, but I think they can patch that together, maybe play Dalot there. But I think they actually need a midfielder who can control the tempo, because Eriksen is good getting on. I don't know if you can trust him play 38 games.
Even Casemiro
is getting on, so I think that's probably something they're gonna have to look at. So United's midfield probably needs to be refreshed, because their best midfield has 2 players who are getting on. So I'd say United's get a midfielder to replace Eriksen. Casemiro maybe hold on to him a little longer. And I think Chelsea, with the Nkunku injury, I think in attack they are lacking. They have 3 defensive midfielders worth over 200 Then in attack, they have Raheem Sterling, who looks like he's going to do a carry job, and then Jackson. He looks all right, but it looks a bit raw for me. So I think they need someone else who's capable of putting up those goals and assists and replacing Nkunku, basically.
Okay. Yeah, those are big signings that definitely I think should happen. I mean, like you said, Manchester United, we need to get somebody in the frame of maybe Amrabat. We're hearing Gravenberch and McTominay might swap.
That'd be a great deal for United, McTominay and Gravenberch, because Gravenberch actually. The reasons I don't want him is because he's a more controlled player, he's not a defensive player, but like he retains possession well, he has a good touch, he can pass the ball around. He's not like Mount, who's like an output guy who's just trying to shoot or get the assist immediately. I think you need that.
Yeah, so definitely one you should let us know about. What do you think, or what 3 signings do you think should happen in the Premier League before the window closes? We'd like to know your thoughts. Okay, so to quickly wrap things up, big things are happening outside the Premier League, right? Jude Bellingham seems to be a master.
Jude Bellingham looks like the best player in the world. Like he's on
Everybody is the best player in the world. No, Rodri too.
No, Rodri was best player in the world last season, but Jude Bellingham is on Ballon d'Or form. Like he scored 4 goals in 3 games from central midfield, and he has an assist as well. And it's not just like he's pushing; these are good midfield performances as well as the gloss on them with goals. So. It's looking like if he keeps playing like this, when we come the end of the season, we're going to be looking at him with the best players in the world.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember saying it when the transfer happened, and I remember your worry was, him always being taped up, his thighs always being taped up, his knees, and but I feel like when he plays, he's going to be excellent. He has been a revelation for Real Madrid, sort of refreshed that midfield and the attacking, output as well.
The man just said that he's here to replace Benzema, and everyone was like, that's kind of crazy, but then he scores again.
And he's scoring 4 goals in 3 games so far. Currently, Real Madrid sit top of the of La Liga, 3 wins in 3. They've conceded just 1 goal so far. They've scored 6. It looks like it's gonna pop up.
But speaking of La Liga, there's someone I need to mention. There's a 16-year-old boy playing for Barcelona at the moment. His name is Lamine Yamal, and this boy is exceptional. He looks like a 23-year-old winger at this point. He's getting assists, he's beating men for fun, he looks fast, he looks strong, and this guy is 16 years old. Keep an eye on that player.
That's definitely one to keep an eye for.
16! He's the best 16-year-old I've seen play at the top level.
Right.
Or maybe him or I think Rooney made his debut at 16 and scored a goal. Yeah, it's up there with that for me.
Yeah, definitely one to look out for. And Kane,
that's another player showing that life. Bellingham didn't come to the Premier League. Kane said no to the Premier League top goal scorer record, showing that there's life outside the Premier League for English players. 3 goals in 2 games. He's looking great.
Yeah, definitely looking great. Let us know your thoughts in the comment sections about all of these transfers and everything that we have discussed, especially our question of the day. Do you think Newcastle are up for it this season? Do you think they'll finish in the top 4? That's an episode from myself, Tele, and my guy, Shopsy. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thanks for having us.